Brothers, I want you to know that Brother Wilson brought to my attention the ongoing problem Brother Johnson is having with viewing pornography. Now, I understand that you met with him, you reviewed his qualifications, and you decided to retain him.
However, I can't believe you did that. You had no right to take this outside the body at this time. The body of elders met and they rendered a decision with this situation. As far as we're concerned, the matter's closed. There's no need to discuss it further. You broke confidentiality. In fact, we may have to review your qualifications.
Well, brothers, the reason why I spoke to Brother Martin is because we didn't follow the procedures in the Shepherd Book.
Brothers, I know this isn't easy for you. It's not easy for Brother Johnson either. But to continue, let me remind you, please, of the responsibility that we all have to maintain good order so that our elders' meetings are conducted decently and by arrangement. Jesus said at Matthew 18:20 that where 2 or 3 were gathered, that he would be in their midst. Therefore, to maintain respect for Jesus' presence, if you want to comment, please raise your hand. Now, brothers, could you go with me, please, to chapter 1 of the Shepherd Book? It reminds us of the following. It says, older elders should not take offense when younger elders give suggestions or respectfully offer counsel. So I want to commend Brother Wilson for bringing this to my attention. But as a matter of fact, brothers, let's go a little bit further. The Shepherd Book on chapter 13. Paragraph 1 makes some powerful points here. I'll read it to you. It says, helping a Christian break free from the habit of viewing pornography requires scriptural counsel by loving shepherds. Therefore, when an elder learns that a Christian has deliberately viewed pornography, the body of elders should assign 2 elders to meet with him to establish the facts and determine the extent of the problem. If he's married, he should be kindly encouraged to reveal this matter to his mate. After the initial investigation, the assigned elders should provide an update to the body of elders. Therefore, brothers, I want to commend all of you. It's the responsibility of the body to evaluate whether or not the qualifications are being met by the coordinator to continue to serve. However, after meeting with Brother Johnson and Brother Williams, it became clear to me, in looking at printed direction as well, that the decision of the body of elders needs to be revisited.
I'm sorry, Brother Martin, but I object to this. We feel as a body that we've already put Brother Johnson through enough pain and anguish during this last review of his qualifications. Now, I'm going to tell you straight. Our entire body of elders, we understand Garland's predicament. In fact, we discussed the problem that he and his wife have been experiencing. We feel that he'll be able to handle the situation from here on and therefore is not disqualified from serving.
And brothers, how many of you agree with the sentiments just expressed? Well, brothers, since you reached the decision on this matter, can you share with me, please, the Bible principles that you used or the theocratic references that you went to so as to come to such a conclusion? Brothers, are you aware that when we met with Brother Johnson earlier in the week, that he confessed to ongoing viewing of pornography since the time you reviewed his qualifications? Is that right, Brother Johnson? Brothers, you aware of that? Well, to assist us in really viewing this matter properly, let's look at a couple of scriptures together, okay? Please, let's go to Matthew 5. And I want you to notice, please, Jesus' words at verse 28. But I say to you that everyone who keeps on looking at a woman so as to have a passion for her has already committed adultery with her in his heart. Go to Paul's words, please, at Colossians chapter 3. Look, please, at verse 5. Deaden, therefore, your body members that are on the earth as respects sexual immorality, uncleanness, uncontrolled sexual passion, hurtful desire, and greediness, which is idolatry. Now, brothers, when you review those scriptures, what does this help us understand about Brother Johnson's conduct? And no doubt you agree that what he's confessed to is a clear violation of those two scriptural principles. And as loyal men, aren't we concerned with more than just our personal opinions on these matters? Don't we want to get Jehovah's viewpoint, his will, as we proceed? So, brothers, let's look at what the organization says about someone who's appointed who continues to view pornography. It's here again in the Shepherd Book. Let's go now to paragraph 6 of chapter 13. It says, on the other hand, a Christian who persists in viewing non-abhorrent forms of pornography cannot be considered exemplary and thus does not qualify for special privileges in the congregation. So, brothers, do you understand, in view of Brother Johnson's confession, why we need to review his qualifications again? So, to help us meet the understanding of what the criteria is for him to continue to serve, we go back to very specific information in the Shepherd Book. Paragraph 5 now of chapter 13 has questions that need to be considered. Now, did the body of elders get the answers to these questions when you reviewed his qualifications the last time? Brother Wilson?
No, we didn't. And honestly, I didn't speak up about it at the time.
Well, brothers, we need to get the answers to these questions, and we need to do it now. But let me ask you something, and you can give me your frank response on this too. Why didn't you consider these questions with him before?
Brother Martin, I'm very sorry for going off like that. Frankly, this has been very hard, and it was really hard the last time, emotionally, that is. Garland is a very good friend. No, he's more like a son to me. I think my feelings got in the way and had more to do with the way I made the decision than the book did.
That can happen to any of us. But to continue to have Jehovah's blessing on Garland, and really on your body, the whole congregation, we need to follow Bible-based guidance provided by the slave. And it's a way to show loyalty to our king as well. So do you brothers understand why we need now to review his qualifications? Do you all agree to proceed? All right. Let's go back again to the Shepherd Book. You'll notice chapter 13, paragraph 6. There's 5 points there, brothers. Now, these are the questions that you need to consider as you go forward reviewing Brother Johnson's qualifications. These are the things you may need more information on as a body to make a good decision. So let's review the procedure, all right? Please open to chapter 8 now of the Shepherd Book. Look at paragraph 32, please. Let's follow along. We're going to read it together. Brother Wilson, would you do that for us, please?
It says, if it is necessary to review an elder's qualifications, the body of elders should consider the matter with the brother in question present using the following procedure. Number 1, after seeking Jehovah's guidance in prayer, make sure all the facts are presented. Maintain a respectful, orderly atmosphere that is conducive to such a discussion. Number 2, allow the brother adequate time to express his feelings and to answer any questions. Ask him for his view of the matters being discussed regarding his qualifications. Number 3, ask the brother to leave the room while the other elders continue their discussion and decide what they will recommend. Number 4, invite the brother back into the room. If the decision is to recommend his deletion, inform him of this and the scriptural reasons. Number 5, give the brother opportunity to comment on the decision. It may be necessary for the brother to leave the room again so that the elders can discuss the matter further before making a final decision.
Thank you. Now we understand the procedure we need to follow to review Brother Johnson's qualifications. And Brother Johnson, I want to reassure you that as we follow these points of review, it'll give us the opportunity for a fair, balanced, theocratic review of your qualifications. And you can clearly see that these brothers have what's best in mind for the body, for you, for the congregation. They clearly have a deep love for you and your wife. We need to get to Jehovah's guidance, though, brothers. Brother Wilson, would you do that for us, please?